Hello everyone. I don't even know how to start this, but you've already seen the title. I don't know what I'm going to name it. But if you've followed me for a long time now, I'm not doing reactions that long, but if you are following me from almost the beginning, then you know that I was very excited for the movie Marjaavaan. And I'm a big Sidharth Malhotra fan, and my most favorite Bollywood movie is Ek Villain. And if you have seen the trailer, all the songs and everything, and I even watched the behind the scene video, so if you're interested into watching all my Marjaavaan reactions, here's the playlist for it. And I've watched the movie now. To be honest, it was a couple of days ago, and yeah, as you have seen in the title, I was totally disappointed. And so people might say now, oh my god, she's so overdramatic and it's just a movie and everything. But for me, watching movies isn't just watching movies like for others. It's like, and also Bollywood, if you don't know that, I watch Bollywood movies since I am 3 years old. And when I watched back then, 2014, I think I watched Ek Villain and all the other movies that haven't been dubbed in German. And Ek Villain and Hamari Adhuri Kahani, Ashiki 2, they're so different, and this is why I love movies like this. And I thought Marjaavaan would be like that Marjaavaan would be different, and of course it is a bit different, but I will go into detail a bit later. I just don't watch Bollywood movies, I live them and I feel them. When I watch Bollywood movies, it's like I'm in that movie. I try to feel every emotion, and I want that roller coaster ride in a movie. I want to feel sad, I want to feel angry, I want to feel happy, I want to feel every kind of emotion, and I want to hate characters, I want to love characters. Watching movies for me isn't just like watching movies, it's really like I'm in a whole different world. And Bollywood is really so special for me. Like, for example, just a little fun fact. When I was still going to school, and I'm always a person, I tend to daydream. And I was always like this in school. And my friends were like, hello, hello. And I was just not paying attention. They're like, oh my god, you just zoned out. Did you just think about Bollywood? And I was like, yeah. So Bollywood is so important for me, so I would talk about the movie now. I've made a list on my phone. So the movie was ending, and I was sitting like this. That's not it. That isn't the movie I've had in my head. So I didn't want to realize it at first that I didn't like it. And then I was so sad about it. I was just sitting there. And my mother later on said, what's up with you? Why are you so sad? Did something happen? I was like, that movie. I wanted to watch it so much. I was waiting for that movie from that time on when Sid announced that he's doing a movie named Marjaavaan almost 1 year ago, that he shooted for that movie, and I waited from this point on for that movie, and I was just so disappointed. And that's also why I started this channel, so I can talk about Bollywood. That's why I made a list on my phone about the points that I've been disappointed about in Marjaavaan. So actually I wanted to structure this video, but I'm not that kind of a person who has a structure. I always talk about what just comes up to my mind, so we just start with the first point. So at first, the villain, Riteish. He did a very good job, really. But also I have to admit that I have watched it without subtitles, so I understood like half of the dialogues. But I know what happened in the movie, and I also read a summary on Wikipedia, of course. And yeah, so I know what happened in that story. Sometimes I didn't get the dialogues, what they were exactly talking about, but I think I will definitely watch it as for a second time with English subtitles. Even though I'm so disappointed in that movie, I still want to like give it another chance. So maybe I don't think I will like it anymore. So he did a really good job, Riteish. His acting was really great, but the problem was that he just seemed kind of funny. He seemed more funny than scary. It was actually a good idea to have that contrast, that the villain, who is so evil and blah blah blah, that he's just so small. And but that's also really hard to make him scary. And I love the contrast. He's so small, but he wants to seem intimidating, but it just failed that he seemed intimidating. He seemed more funnier when he quoted those dialogues or songs and everything. At first it was, yeah, okay, but then at some point it was just getting annoying, and it just made his character not scary, it made his character funny. And when he talked to Guru, oh my god, I was calling him like an villain. When he talked to Raghu just seemed so intimidating. I was like, how can you be so intimidated? And after being in prison, so when Tara was dead, and Raghu was in prison and he was suffering and everything. Of course that was very emotional for me, and it was also very beautifully made. But it was kind of amusing, to be honest, when he was out of prison and he wasn't in a revenge mood, and Vishnu just tried to like have Raghu feel something, so feel just a tiny bit of revenge so that he can kill him. And that was so ridiculous, and that he just tried to, like, the second half was just Vishnu trying to make Raghu angry, so it was like a little kid and not a big boss evil man who tried to annoy another man and make him like feel this revenge, and so that, yeah, Vishnu gets a little fun and is allowed to kill him. And also Vishnu even killed his own father, and I was just like, why didn't he do that in the first place? It also kind of made you feel for Vishnu, that he is like he was behaving like a little kid, wanted attention from his father, and I also could understand that he was a bit jealous of Raghu, not Guru. And yeah, I understand the plot, but it was just too predictable. And I always told you in the last reactions for Marjaavaan, for the songs, that I have a theory on why Tara, Zoya is being killed. And that theory was true. I really had the theory that she kind of sees something that she shouldn't have seen. She has to be killed because at first she wasn't allowed to see this. And second, I thought maybe she wants to be killed because she can't live with that burden. That would also have been beautiful. Why haven't they done it like this? That she maybe sees that she sees a very brutal scene, and it just made click for me when I've watched the trailer again, because of maybe Bollywood added ghosting. So if you haven't watched that, please do that after this video. I've used a lot of scenes from the trailer for Marjaavaan, so a lot of scenes from Marjaavaan in general. And I've used a specific scene from the trailer, and that was a scene where she is hiding somewhere. And then it just made click. I was like, okay, she probably has seen something that she shouldn't have seen. And I thought, okay, maybe if this is the case, then it's too predictable and it's not... Yeah, I thought that it would be like more, okay, Tumiana, how they've showed it in the movie. Also, the official full video song on YouTube is very emotional, and I cried, really. And that's one of the things I've liked about the movie. But the big answer to the big question was just so disappointing, and I also have another idea of how they would have made the movie better, so for a better plot. It would have been more interesting if Zoya wouldn't have known about Raghu's real job, or that he's like a gangster or anything. It would have been really great, if they would have made this like they see each other and it's like love at first sight. That was also something that I didn't really like, that it was like love at first sight or blah blah blah. I know I do a lot of comparisons to Ik Villain and it's not good to compare something blah 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 everything, but still I would do that. And that one scene when Rakul sees Zoya for the first time, that was just, it was beautiful, yes. I would have put that scene in the movie like sometime later, because do you remember that first scene from the trailer and from the first video song from Tum Hi Aana, so not the full version, when Rakul turns around and Zoya turns around and they see each other and they have that eye contact? That scene wasn't in the movie and I totally loved that scene. I also put that scene in my edit for the video for the song Ghostin', and I totally love that scene and the eye contact and everything. And when they turn around, this is also something, they turn around and it just looked like they were on a party or on a wedding party. I thought, okay, maybe they meet there and then they see each other and it's like love at first sight, and then afterwards he tries to find out who she is and something like that, but that didn't happen. And I thought it would be like that, and then the scene where he first sees her in the movie, that would be great if that would have been the second encounter, because that was just too, that she's immediately smiling to him. Okay, he's very handsome, but it was just too cliche, and that's also a thing of why I don't like that movie. It's too cliche. And yeah, it was also kind of cute, and yeah, there are a lot of movies like this, but I thought Marjaavaan would be different and would show it a bit different, that it's okay that he falls for her very hard and immediately, and yeah, whatever. How they showed this, like also the editing wasn't very great in that movie. Or maybe it would have also been better if they would have showed her death, Sutaria's death, in the beginning, so something like a villain again, and that they show it in the beginning and then you slowly get to know their story. And that was also something what I really liked in Ik Villain, that they showed it like this. And in Marjaavaan it was just, yeah, one line, like it wasn't a roller coaster ride. And yes, I've cried in Tum Hi Aana, and that was the most beautiful scene in the movie. And what I also liked was the fact that I've used the song Marjaavaan from the movie Fashion with Priyanka Chopra. I was like, oh my god, I thought I was the only one thinking about that song. I used it in some of my reactions. And yeah, that was, I think, the only things I've liked. Oh, and I really liked Sid's look. Like, I've always said that he's handsome in general, yes. But his look in the movie, oh my god, it's so great. I've read a lot of critics after watching the movie, because I just wanted to someone who understands me, and most of the critics had the same aspects to tell that I also don't like in that movie. And some critics were saying, oh my god, why is he wearing a leather jacket? It's like, oh my god, so many degrees, and why in India, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, I don't care how hot it is in India. Like, he looked so awesome in that leather jacket, in the red one, in the black one. I don't know, he looked so awesome. It was one of his best looks ever. His long hair, the bandana, and he just looked, oh my god, so awesome. I really hope that he uses that look for I don't know how many other movies too. He's just, oh. He's handsome in general, but that look is the best, really. I love it. Okay, and I still haven't explained the plot that I wanted to tell. Oh my god, my mind is just... So again, she doesn't know that he's a criminal and blah blah blah, and he tries to hide that fact from her. And then she finds out about that, and she finds out in that bad way, so that maybe he has to kill someone. And that would have been great if he had to kill someone she knows or even loves, so like a friend or even a little kid, or I don't know, her father or was there even her parents in there? I don't know. She told a story about her brother or anything. That would be nice of you to explain it in the comments. When they were in the hospital and he said it's his fault that her friend was almost being killed, and okay, he saved her life, but that wouldn't have happened in the first place if he wouldn't be a criminal, and blah blah blah. And she was telling some kind of story. I just understood like her brother was being killed, or I don't know, maybe it's complete rubbish what I say, but yeah, it would be really nice of you to explain it in the comments. She finds out by herself that he's a criminal, so she's like hiding, and then she sees that he killed someone. Or maybe it would also have been great if she has to kill someone to protect him, and she can't live with that burden, so that's why she wants to kill herself. Maybe some of you would say, oh my god, no, this is complete rubbish, but I just think it was too predictable that she saw something that she shouldn't have seen, and then she had to kill herself. Also, what I wanted to say, and this is also something that bothers me a lot in that movie, it's the fact that he has to choose. Either that Tara, Zoya, is getting killed, or that he is getting killed. And Zoya is saying, yeah, okay, kill me, so everybody's being safe. It seems like Vishnu's father doesn't want, of course, that Raghu is being killed. So why, and really why, hasn't Raghu said, no, I'm in love with her, kill us both, and then we're happy? Why hasn't he said that? I mean, he can't live without her. And she seemed like she was in love with him too. That was also something they didn't really show, that she is as much in love as he is in her. I hope you understand what I mean. Because he was so smitten by her, and it also looked like she really likes him, and yeah, and all those scenes, and of course Sona. And also I was really sad that they didn't really get married because they showed that in a trailer and everything like this really happened. Oh, and that would have also been a great thing for my different plot, that they even get married, and then she finds out about this and she's so disappointed in him that she says, no, I can't live with that lie, kill me, or I kill myself. And I just didn't understand that. Why hasn't Raghu said, kill us both, kill Zoya, kill me, we're going to die in each other's arms? That would have been great if they would have died in each other's arms, and then kill us both, we can't live without each other, and boom, that would have been it. And it was too predictable for me. And I know there are a lot of people out there, and a lot of my viewers out there who said, oh my god, the movie's so awesome and everything. And it's totally okay that you have that opinion, but you also have to accept my opinion, and I was just so disappointed about it. Maybe my expectations were too high, maybe I was comparing it too much to a villain, but I'm sorry, it was too predictable for me. When he rammed that thing in Raghu's heart, or near his heart, then it made click for me, and I was like, oh my god, okay, he's going to die, and that will be the end, that he's going to die. And I was just like, why would he live on? What would be the ending if he would survive this? Would he get together with Rakul, so with Azu? I don't think so. So I was just like, yeah, okay, he's going to die, and at that moment I knew that. And when he died, yeah, it was kind of beautiful that they showed her, that he is seeing her, and they're like then together again in heaven. But I just thought they could have made it more beautiful. Like, they could have made it like in a villain, that maybe that she is like taking his hand and she's leading him into the light, and then the movie ends. Or maybe that we see that scene again when she dies, and maybe they should have showed it like this, that he is dying with her, and they lay each other in their arms, and maybe they change that scene that he's shooting himself after this too. So yeah, I have so many ideas for that movie. How could have been different? And wow. Oh, and also what I forgot to say, that I was also a bit disappointed about Rakul's character, Azu, I understand that she was like a prostitute and she was in love with him, and it was great that there was like this character who was rejected. It's about unrequited love, but she didn't have a purpose. Like, she was there, she was in love with him, and he didn't love her, but that's it. There wasn't a purpose for her. And maybe they could have given her a purpose if she maybe, and that would fit to my plot idea, that she is like a bit backstabbing and maybe gives Zoya a hint. So for my plot, she doesn't know that he's a criminal, and maybe she is kind of showing her his side, that he's a criminal, so not really telling her, but kind of showing her, giving her a hint about his criminal activities. So that would have given Azu a purpose, because otherwise she doesn't have a reason to be there. She's useless in this movie, and I just think that movie didn't really seem well written, and it just seemed like they've had a good idea, like she's dying and they wanted the movie to be special and dramatic, but I think they should have maybe had more time to think about the plot, maybe to have more plot twists. Also, there was this one plot twist. I think at least I think it was a plot twist, because when it turned out that one guy wasn't. He was a friend of Rakul at first, but then he was on Vishnu's side, and then it turned out to be a complete plot twist that he was on Rakul's side all along and was just like pretending to be on Vishnu's side and blah blah blah. That was actually kind of good, yes. And to be honest, the dialogues are very special too, and I like when dialogues are more deep, and when you use like these insiders from other movies, like when Vishnu always had these different dialogues and songs from other movies and everything. I love these insiders. But it was just too much. It was way too much for that movie. It was like over the top with those dialogues. And maybe they should have made these over the top dialogues, maybe they should have made a little bit less of that. And maybe would have made a bit over the top in the plot. Because the plot itself wasn't great for me. Okay, I totally didn't like it. Or they could have given that story a whole different turn. Maybe that Sutaria is like the innocent soul in that movie, and okay, maybe the movie could have been, maybe then the movie would be a bit darker, so that Sid gets killed, so Ragu is killing himself, and then it's Tara, so Zoya's like quest to get revenge, because she's like the innocent person, and it would have been great to see her like turn, like her character make a development and not be so innocent anymore. Okay, maybe that would be too dark of a movie or anything, and maybe some would say, yeah, no, she was the innocent soul, she should stay to be the innocent soul, and yeah, that was good and everything, but still kind of the depth was missing. In Ik Villain, for example, every character had their depth, so the three important characters, so Guru, Aisha, and what was Ritesh's name again? Rakesh, yeah. So that would have been great if they would all have their own background and more detailed, and yeah, the movie was so disappointing for me. Or yeah, maybe just have a little bit of a happy ending, maybe in another world that they show them together, and yeah, that. So like in Ik Villain, it was like a sad happy ending, so we had that Sid, so Guru, was in the light again, out of the dark, and with that little kid, and then there was this scene where he's with Aisha together and he's fulfilling her last wish. This is also something so special, and these special things are just missing in Marjaavaan. So I think that's everything what I wanted to say. I just really had to make that video, and to be honest, I always wanted to make those videos, so it's not really a movie review, it's more like just talking about that movie. And this is also a very special video because I was so excited for Marjaavaan, and it's just so heartbreaking for me that this movie didn't turn out the way I hoped it would turn out. But yeah, anyway, so really leave your honest opinion in the comments. Yeah, so I really had to get this off my chest, and please feel free to leave your honest opinion in the comments. Please just don't be insulting about me or anyone else. And yeah, that's it. Really hope to see you guys in another reaction and in another video like this again, and bye!